Hey there guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about one very special fragrance. I recently got this as a blind buy. Not quite, but sort of. This fragrance is from the house of Hugo Boss in the line called Boss Bottle. As you can see from title, it's gonna be this new Boss called Hugo Boss Bottle Triumph Elixir. Okay, so there are already reviews on this one. This is getting some love, especially among reviewers from USA, Europe, where it's cold. And this particular Boss Bottle line, there's a lot of fan. Okay, basically Boss Bottle for me is emotion in a bottle. I always carry this, always have it. I never go out of Boss Bottle. This, in the end of the day, always my number one. So this is a fragrance good for summer, spring, autumn, like that. Used to be good for winter, but nowadays the performance is not quite there. So Boss Bottle, some other flankers people like. So why am I calling it special? Let me tell you the story. And this initial impression, I'll tell you about my initial wearing and when to wear this, who should wear it, something like it. Anybody can wear anything, but this fragrance is new, right? So pricing is going to be expensive. If you're looking to buy retail, it's going to cost you over $100, 120. If you buy a discounted site, it will cost you on 85 bucks. Okay, so that's the price I paid. And these fragrances will get in time affordable, like more like your nowadays looking at prices 65, 70 is going to be in that range if you find a tester. So not cheap. Back in the days, Boss Bottle used to be 40, $45, right? Retail would be like 60, 65. So even Boss Bottle were affordable. Nowadays, no, not so much. So new Boss Bottle cost around that 85 range. So this 100 ml bottle, I don't know how many bottles. Usually they go with 30, 50, 100, in 200. These are the bottle sizes. I don't know if they're bigger or smaller. So you can find also the official samples. So I got this seeing a lot of hype. There's one before this, like Boss Bottle Elixir. So I did buy Boss Bottle Perfume few days back, which is this one, I think. Yeah, this one. I had the EDP. I had the EDP Intense. I had many of the other ones, Boss Bottled. I have collected and reviewed most of them. So this was the last one that I got, which impressed me, but I felt this was very powerful and great for mostly winter. This fragrances I tried wearing in high heat summer, it doesn't work. So I wanted to let it go, but then I didn't. So I had, like before, their dark fragrances were Boss Bottle Oud. Sorry. And they had few of the other ones like Oud Saffron, Oud this. So I'm giving a story for a reason. This is the evolution of Boss Bottle. And evolution, what I mean by evolution is that how they came from like back in the days until now. And Nick Minard was the nose for Boss Bottle, master perfumer. So now let's see what you get from this. So packaging wise, they have changed the look of the bottle. Same exact bottle, but on the bottle the writings are different. This is how the box looks. This is 100 ml, and these are going dark territory. One good thing about them is that they put always the notes at the back. You can read violet essence, patchouli, labdanum, and then like this is their official notes breakdown, like that. So there's the silhouette of the bottle, and this is the bottle. If you see, it's a little bit different. Okay, so let me just show you side by side how the Boss writing have changed. If you can pick up, the O has changed. B, I think, is almost the same, but the S, okay, so these are changed a little bit, and the cap on this is golden. The same exact other things are exact same, but the Boss writing has changed. Okay, the sticker is at the base, and the bottles are iconic. They have been making these bottles for a very long time. I think Zara has some of these bottles. Check out the atomizer. 7 out of 10. Not really great. So I'm holding this on my hand. Let me go once more. Yeah, couple of sprays. So sort of clicks onto place, and let's talk about this. So this is what Boss is doing, following. I would feel not following, but the pattern is similar. Like Issey Miyake, they have been doing fresh fragrances, right? You have been seeing a lot of their fresh perfumes, and then they focused on Nudist line, which is a great line on its own merit. And then they have this Beau Arctic, the Noir Ambre, Polaris. I have got many of them, right? So these are the bottles they're making, and they are playing with niche territory, like John Barbados would want to, but John Barbados doesn't have that push. So where does Boss, like come into play? You also see Givenchy Gentlemen. They have this new line, so they've been making some awesome fragrances. So Boss has now entered officially the big boys boots, okay? And these are no longer like Boss bottle. Some of them are forgettable, some of them are weak. Some of the Boss bottle people know, like, oh, it's not really long lasting. This thing will blow you away. Literally, like, these are beast mode, performance wise unbelievable. Even in summer, if you put this on your shirt, on skin combined, 8 hours plus, you can smell it on your clothes. So it significantly improved the performance. Even Boss bottle oud was not long lasting. For me, this thing in winter lasted about 5 hours on me, but I feel the Versace Noir lasted longer. But the attempt was there. Cinnamon, that spicy apple, really lovely, playful apples, right? So now they are doing winter game. And winter game, what I mean by this, they are making beast mode fragrances. I do want to try the Elixir also, but people say this and that are similar, but Elixir is more beast mode. Can you imagine? So that's the performance. Projection, great. 2 hours, great projection. You can smell it off of you. It like throws out a lot of like sillage and projection on this. So I think in winter it will do great. It will do excellent for performance. I think it's a 9 or 10 out of 10 category. So that's the performance. So now the smell. They mention violet leaves, vetiver, and patchouli, and you don't get much out of it. And when you see that nose breakdown, what you get from this is some similarity to some fragrances. Okay, first thing that my nose picked up when I smelled it, I smell smokiness. I smell spicy, smoky, leathery tone, and it reminded me of two fragrances that I owned. One I owned, I don't have anymore. Other one I have, but I don't have my bottle right here. One is Dior's Fahrenheit Absolute. Remember the first one they introduced oud in designer again, the dark bottle. I sold it off, and then I have Fahrenheit Le Parfum. That is also like that's the one that replaced that Absolute, but not as good. Absolute was more boozy. Sorry, Le Parfum was more boozy, and the Absolute was more woody, smoky, dark, patchouli. This thing right here, it reminds me of like a, not dead ringer, but it reminds me of those fragrances. It's sweet. It's that bit sweet. It is more wearable. That's second thing. The violet leaves are the reason perhaps to remind me of that Fahrenheit petroleum sort of a game, leather jacket and then petroleum together. This is what reminds me of, but it's a little bit more sweet. Okay, so it reminds me of Le Parfum more than Absolute. So if you love those, man, this is a bad boy fragrance with a leather jacket. So I would tell you that actor in Jack Reacher who replaced Tom Cruise in the TV serial or the serial, right? I seriously like that guy. That guy is a built for action sequences. He's like tough. So imagine that guy with a leather jacket, black t-shirt, in the prison having a fight. He'll be wearing this. Amazing, amazing fragrance. But if you talk about who can wear this, first of all, this is not for summer countries. If you're looking to buy this in warm, if you're living like 12 months summer, high heat, this is not going to work. This is in the Middle Eastern ish, like they are trying to go with the Middle Eastern style, like uh, that fragrance. Stronger with your tobacco. I'm giving a lot of examples so you can relate. So that one, stronger with your tobacco, where is that? Yeah, there. Or the amber, or stronger with your oud. They playing it sort of like Middle Eastern style, more exclusive, more expensive. This is that. Okay, but you can preserve this for special night, gala nights, dinners, special someone's wedding. If you suit it up, there's nice AC going on, you're not sweating. This fragrance will be perfect. It will smell like a rich person. It smells like expensive. That's why they stepped up to the next game. So who's it not for? People who are on budget. This is never going to be budget. This is not going to be $45 ever. Second thing, younger folks. I don't think you're going to appreciate it as much as older folks do. Third thing, this is not a fragrance for summer, as I was saying. This is going to be perfect for winter, November all the way to January. In our country, I would say this is the time I would recommend this. But do we wait for fragrances to reach winter? We don't care. If I find a nice little, like a nice breezy day, rain, sort of like have that cooling breeze going on, I would definitely put it on because it smells like Gucci Purom, the not Gucci Purom, Gucci, what's the fragrance called, man? Gucci, not guilty, not Gucci guilty, Gucci by Gucci, man, what's that fragrance, the dark one? Gucci Intense Oud, if you like that. If you like your Fahrenheit Absolute or Le Parfum, this is gonna be somewhere there, but it's more polished. Okay, so yeah, I get the leather at the base, and the fragrance is kind of smoky. So that patchouli, I am not very good at detecting patchouli, but for me it smells like smoky, spicy leather, a little bit of a sweetness, and there's no freshness. So the violet leaves give that little bit of gasoline feel, but not too much. So this is next level fragrance. Okay, this is something you can study. it's borderline niche quality. That's what I'm gonna say. Big word I'll throw out there. The very impressive fragrance. This, the Perfume, you can get these fragrances if you're looking to buy something in the cooler setup. And I think this fragrance will work for mature noses, great. And Boss is back. Okay, Boss Bottled Pacific was great for summer. They have some other ones which are good. Boss Bottled, the blue juices, they are good for summer, but this thing right here is good for nighttime. This is the same level as Armani Code Parfum, highest level of designer fragrance. So this is the big boy. So try out Boss Bottled, and this is called Boss Bottled Triumph Elixir. Kind of tacky name. I don't like the name Triumph Elixir. It sounds like something, I don't know, Donald Trump would make. I don't know. So anyway, so check it out. This is an interesting fragrance, and I think this is what makes the designer fragrance game a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more interesting. And I think guys like Mark, I don't know if you already covered it, he's the guru. Redless and Steven, and then Max Forte, Sebastian Zara. If big reviewers talk about it, already did, then this is gonna get proper like rating or proper breakdown. For me, I like it a lot. How many sprays? I'll go 4 to 5. If I never dress up, I'm not a formal guy, but man, winter, gonna be a different game, right? So let's say John Barbados, last remark. If you ever like John Barbados Dark Rebel Rider, but you never got performance out of it, here is the solution. Boss says, I am the boss. Okay, it is one of the best right now. I got recent times another fragrance that I really love. This is my number one right now. Brioni EDP Intense. I just love this perfume. This is my number one at this current moment. It just makes me so happy. So maybe something next to that would be second best to be this. So yeah, I'm hyping it up a little bit. I'm giving the fragrance straight up 9.5 out of 10. The Boss Elixir Triumph because the fragrance is so good, the longevity is so good, and they did something new. And it has nothing to do with Boss bottle except the name and the bottle design. Okay, so check it out. Get a sample, get a decant. If you are in your local mall, ask them if they have a sample because they usually have official samples. So retail outlets would have. So try that on your skin, try different times and see how it reacts. Definitely not blind buy worthy or safe blind buy. Okay, so test before you buy. Thank you so much for watching. And I think that's all I have for today, and I will upload it. And keep me your prayers, and happy holidays to all of you. If you're traveling, drive safe, okay, and keep having tea. Do not fall asleep, okay. So your family is, depending on you. So if you're in the Muslim countries, it is up. If you're going Bali Kampong or going to your hometown from capital city, which is the case, drive safe, okay. Try not to drive at night, okay. Take care. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.